Wolves women were looking to get back to their winning ways at home against Leicester City Ladies after their disappointing defeat against Loughborough earlier in the month. Hattie James started and finished the move that saw Wolves women go 1-0 up, having had most of the ball for the first part of the first half. Following the goal for Wolves, Leicester got back into the game more, became more aggressive with this long-range shot from Erica Kilby. Great tracking back from Dom Luke thwarted another Leicester attack when they were showing their pace. Hattie James was having undoubtedly her best game of the season, and she had this layoff for Amber Quick. Amber, unfortunately for Wolves, just putting it over the bar. Leicester were a threat all afternoon from set pieces. Sarah Burbage equalising with this powerful header that Wolves just couldn't keep out. Another Leicester corner, and it was nearly 2-1, this header just going over the bar. Alexandra Yannicka was too quick for the Wolves defence all afternoon, forcing the best from Lucy Gardner. The second half started with driving rain and high winds. Didn't bother Jade Cross, though. Her persistence led to a cross for Jade Salzman, who just put it wide. Jen Anslow was becoming more of a force down the left-hand side for Wolves women, and this cross could only be headed wide by Amber Quick. Kim Ratcliffe came on to replace Hattie James up front, and she looked despairingly at the referee after this challenge in the box. The referee not giving the penalty for Wolves women. Was pressure told. Jen Anslow's corner saw Sophie Richards flick on for Kim Ratcliffe to head home Wolves' second goal. Another great move from Wolves started with this piece of skill from Sophie Richards before Kim Ratcliffe can hit the post. So unlucky with a great effort. Leicester never gave up for 1 minute though in the conditions, and they capitalised on Wolves' failure to clear the ball. Alexandra Yannicka filing home the last minute equaliser.
One at 1.8 WCR FM, and also for Wolves Women on YouTube. After a 2-2 draw in horrific conditions in the second half against Leicester Ladies, I'm joined by the manager Steve Cullis of Wolves Women. Steve, last minute equaliser for Leicester. That's the worst way to lose 2 points at home. Another 2 points.
Yeah, I think it's disappointing to lose any game. Obviously in the manner in which we've lost, losing it at the last minute, where I think the second half performance really warranted a win from us. But I think, yeah, we live and learn by it. It's not the first time this season that has happened. I think what we need to remember, we have got some real young players here that are still learning the trade and developing. And I think these sort of experiences are obviously deflating, but I think it's a learning curve for some of the players, and hopefully they'll learn from the mistakes that have happened today and try and rectify them throughout the season.
Looking at, you mentioned about the younger players. I've had a chat after the game with a couple of the more experienced players and how frustrated they are at the end of the game. It's running through the team, isn't it? That, I mean, Leicester women are going so well at the top of the table. They're putting the pressure on, and we've got to get back to winning ways.
Yeah, I think there's pressure on all of us, pressure on myself, pressure on the coaching staff, pressure on the players and that, but we can't affect what Leicester do. We're here, we can only affect what we do on the pitch, and unfortunately today wasn't good enough. But I think if you look at our record throughout the season, we have been good. There's been some blips here and there, but I think the majority of the season on the whole, we've been good. But if we are going to be title contenders and we are going to be seen as people trying to take the title, then we do need to eradicate these silly mistakes that are happening. But it's not about success now, it's about success for the future, and that's what my goal is, long-term development.
On to some positives actually. In the first half for me, Hattie James, one of her best performances of the season, capped off with a goal as well. This must help her confidence, getting goals. Obviously she's up front, that's what she's there to do.
Yeah, I think Hattie did really well first off, and obviously got the goal she deserved. Myself and Hattie had a chat prior to the game because she has been a little bit low on confidence in terms of performances. So we had a bit of a chat about what her role was today and her response was, and I think she did it really well. And I think she got a goal that she really deserved, worked tirelessly up front on her own, which is a difficult job for any striker to do. But I think she did really well, and I'm really pleased that she's got a goal, and hopefully that will continue.
Losing a player in Maz Ballard's quality, but having the depth where you've got the likes of Kimberly Radcliffe on the bench who can come on and score a goal, still having that depth there, and the players have got the flexibility to adapt. Jay Cross playing on the wing today, for example, Laura McQuilkin playing behind Hattie James, and later on Kim. That still gives you positivity after losing Maz.
Yeah, I think it's disappointing to lose any player, but obviously the quality of what Maz possessed was evident for everyone to see. But I'm a big believer, obviously one door closes, another one opens. It's more opportunities for people to play and showcase their ability, and one thing that I wanted this season was flexibility within the squad. There are going to be times where we get suspensions, injuries, people not being available, so we need to be adaptable as a team. Players need to learn to be adaptable and flexible in their position, and again I think that showed today where we've changed our system. We've gone from a 4-2-3-1 to a 4-4-2, which has been effective, and obviously we've scored from that to go 2-1 up. So yeah, flexibility within a team is key for us, and the players are well aware of that. That's what they're here to do.
Mentioned about the conditions, and for anyone who was here it was obvious how bad they were. For me though, it was a great advert for the women's game, because in a men's game the amount of mistakes you might see in those conditions that lead to goals is obvious, but there wasn't that today, and both teams were playing it on the deck. It was a great advert for women's football in really testing conditions.
I totally agree. I think it was testing for any player at any level, whether it be a grassroots under 8s or a seasoned pro. I think the conditions was terrible. Credit where credit's due. Both teams handled the conditions really well, limited the mistakes, and again I think it shows the quality of what the females possess. And what we didn't see any foolishness with the weather conditions. The players got on with the game in a professional manner. They adapted, and again I think it was a real good game for a neutral to watch. Obviously it's disappointing because we lost, so we drew the game. But I think, as I said, as an point for the women's game, I think it was a real good game for people to watch.
There's no hoodoo around Hensford. There's 4 points. There's just 5 points actually dropped over the last two home league games here. Away from home, 100% record. There's nothing at home that's a problem, is there? It's just been 2 bad games.
I wouldn't even say it's been bad games. I think it's just timely mistakes at the wrong time that have cost us. I think overall the game was fairly even. I think Leicester really edged the first half and deservedly took it to 1-1. I think the second half we showed our quality and we really upped the tempo. But I think overall a 2-2 draw was fair on both teams. So we've got to give massive credit to Leicester. I think they hung in there and got a goal they deserved. But in terms of Hensford, now this is our home pitch. We love playing here. The players love being in. The facilities are fantastic. It's just one of those things. Unfortunately, that happens in football.
Thanks for joining us, Steve. We wish you luck for the rest of the season, and go and dry off, I think.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.